Good morning. Happy Saturday, you guys. I just wanted to drop something real quick. I like to read articles every now and then. I was reading that Zelda, the the new Nintendo Zelda movie that's coming out. It's coming to Netflix. Netflix got the exclusive to it. I'll read it real quick. It might take a little bit, but here we go. So it says, for you guys that hate Netflix so much, I just thought I'd share this with you. Live action Zelda movie will be streamed exclusively on Netflix following its theatrical and home entertainment release period. Femisa is reporting. Under agreement with Sony Pictures Entertainment, the adaptation will join the likes of Spider-Man Beyond Spider-Verse and The Nightingale. And it goes on to say, let's see, I gotta go back. It goes on to say that The Nightingale and the Beatles four-part film series by shifting to the streaming platform. The landmark global pay-one license deal is expected to be complete globally by 2029, with a gradual rollout starting later this year as individual territory rights become available. Let's see. Lauren Smith, Vice President of Licensing and Programming Strategy at Netflix, had this to say. Our members are all over the world, love movies, and giving them exclusive access to Sony much-loved films adds incredible value to their subscriptions. Sony impressive slate of iconic film franchise like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, originals like Anyone But You have been popular with our US audience. And now we're excited to expand that offering to our members all around the world. Because you guys got to understand that Netflix has got a lot of people all over the world that subscribe to their channel. And I know a lot of y'all out there hate Netflix. I don't know why. And I got a little thing I'm gonna say after I'm done with this thing. So Lauren Smith, Vice President, License and Program Strategy of Netflix, had this to say. Our members all over the world love movies and giving them exclusive access to Sony's much-loved films. This is a Sony thing. And it adds incredible value to their subscriptions. Sony impressive slate of iconic film franchise like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and originals like Anyone But You have been popular with our US audience. And now we're excited to expand that offering to members all around the world because you got to understand, like I said before, when I started watching Netflix about 7 years ago, I there's a lot of foreign films I love now. Netflix turned me on to a lot of films. There's a lot of good films overseas, man. And it also says that Paul Litnam, EVP at Global Distribution, Sony Pictures Television, adds, our partnership with Netflix has always been incredibly valuable. This new Pay One deal takes that partnership to the next level and reinforces the enduring appeal of our theatrical release of Netflix global audience. Again, Netflix has a global audience. They always have because they expand. That's why they're so big. A lot of people hate them, and I just don't know why. I know a lot of people are scared that they're going to take Warner Brothers over and you won't be able to buy your physical copies in the movie industry and all that kind of stuff. I get it. So it says, our partnership with Netflix has always been incredibly valuable. This new Pay One deal takes this partnership to the next level, reinforces enduring appeal to our theatrical release to Netflix global audience. It also further underscores the strength of our independent and unique ability to create meaningful opportunities that benefit our creative stakeholders, consumers, and world-class partners. The wording in this agreement suggests that the movie will be available for physical and digital purchase following its cinema run, before moving exclusively to Netflix subscription-based streaming platform. So, gotta remember that too. So you'll still be able to get this on digital and you'll still be able to get this on physical, but it's just going to be on Netflix's streaming thing, you know? So what else it says? It says the movie is a co-production with Nintendo, is scheduled for global release on May 7th of 2027. So I just thought I'd drop that with you guys because Sony just struck a deal with Netflix. All their movies that they're producing in the theater goes to Netflix. But I just told you, you still can buy, you can still buy a physical copy and you can still buy a digital copy. It's just that all their stuff is going on to Netflix because Netflix has such a global impact because so many people has Netflix account. So all you Netflix haters out there that, you know, I don't know what the hate is. I think I know what my problem is. That's why I've been backing off on YouTube. It's because I told y'all before when I got Netflix, I remember it was back in 2005. Somebody at work said, "Hey, you got Netflix?" I said, "No, man." I said, "I don't have it." I said, I always know of it. I said, "I just don't have it." That's when cable was big for me back then. And he was like, "Man," he said, "You know, just download it, man." He said, "They got that Orange is the New Black and House of Cards." That's when Netflix was just dipping their toe in because Netflix started dipping their toe into a lot of stuff and they started making their own originals. And I said, so I think somebody came over and helped me put it down because I wasn't really into social media and computers and all that kind of stuff because I just didn't like it in my house. I just had cable. So I had it in the background. So I said, oh, that's only, I think it was only like $6 at that time or something like that. So I paid my subscription. I've always had it. And I never played it. You know, once in a while I would get on and look at something. I go, oh, that was pretty cool. But I just never played Netflix. It was Hulu Plus that got me more into Netflix. Now you're going to freak out when I tell you this. I was at work and I said, man, I miss watching them last night. It was a show that I was watching. It was called, I forgot what the name of the show was back then. And the guy was like, he said, you got Hulu Plus? I said, no, I don't have Hulu Plus. He said, just download Hulu Plus. I said, how you do that? Because I didn't know it. And he said, download Hulu Plus. He goes, everything that comes on that date, everything comes on the next day on Hulu Plus. You can watch it over there. You just have to pay a monthly fee. So I did. And I was like, I got excited because all the shows that I wanted to see that I missed was on Hulu. So Hulu Plus got me into watching stuff on Netflix. Then I got into Netflix. So in closing, I'm getting away from all this hating Netflix, hating Disney, hating whatever, whatever streaming services. I'm just not in that bar camp no more. I am done. You know, I'm just not dropping that many videos on YouTube anymore. And plus, I like YouTube, but then I don't. You know, I just had a relative send me something on Instagram and it won't play. And I told my sister, I said, hey, if you cannot send me anything from Instagram, I really don't like Instagram and I can't stand Facebook. I said, I haven't had any social media since 2013. And she sent me an emoji with a smiley face. She goes, okay. And I'm starting to get that way with with YouTube. Because I never was in that ball camp. I was just always watching something. I was just like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool, you know. And so I got caught up in that mess, and I just don't want to be caught up in it. If Netflix buy Warner Brothers, fine. If they don't, okay. You know, let it go. But if you look over there, you guys, I have a wall of movies over there. There's over 500 and something movies over there. And games. And I'm just tired of all this crap. And I'm starting to realize, man, there are so many hate channels out there that hates Netflix, that hates, you know, this and that hates that. And I'm like, damn, man, I just never got on here for that. And I don't want to be in that ball camp. That ball camp. I just don't want to be part of it. And you know, I just thought I'd drop you that. But yeah, Zelda's going to be on Netflix after theatrical run. But you'll still be able to get it physical and digital for those of y'all out there that just so hell-bent on hating on Netflix. Because I kept sitting there going, what is up with Netflix? What is up with all the streaming services? Because I remember I got on Hulu Plus. I love Hulu Plus. And I had Hulu for a long time, but I had Netflix was the original, and all they did was sit in the background because at that time I had cable. So, do I get what people are saying? Yes, absolutely. But at the end of the day, you will be fine. You will be fine. I'm just tired of all that stuff. So, you know, if there's something I don't like, I just don't watch it. If there's something that happens and it just looks like I don't want to be part of it, then I won't support it. I used to, you know, uh, people always talk about theatrical, the movie and the going to the movies is dying. But I keep trying to tell y'all folks that it's the quality of the movies and the stuff that they've been pumping out the last 5, 6, 7 years, messages, race swapping, taking our beloved characters and redoing them and all that kind of stuff, man. Even black people are not into that stuff, man. Not all of them, but the majority of them's like, what the hell? You race swap things, you switch things in and out, shove things down our throat, got political messaging and all that kind of stuff. That's what's hurting your theatrical. But a lot of y'all just do not want to come to terms with that. And COVID hurt the theaters really bad. And then when it started coming back, they started pumping out all this. They had men whooping, they had 110-pound woman trying to whoop a 230-pound man and all that. You don't think that we don't see that and making men look so damn dumb? They make us look so dumb on TV, and make a woman look smart. Now, I'm not into that either, but people are seeing all this stuff. You got your beloved characters, there's race swapping out and all that, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, and then this preaching to you. But again, all these YouTubers out here, they will not come to terms because they want to get on. They got these sides because I get it. They get clicks and views, so they won't say things that are truthful. But that's why your theatrical stuff is hurting. The qualities of movies are just not as good as they used to be. And then you don't think the streaming services ain't gonna try to get their foot in there and try to be like, that's why the streaming services are doing so good, because you gotta admit, you guys, there's a lot of streaming services out there that be pumping out some good stuff. And so we have an option to sit at home and watch something instead of getting in the car and driving out there to a theater and paying $80 or $90 to watch a movie when you got 3 or 4 people that's going with you and you got to pay that price. Is that a bad thing? No. When I go to the theater and I take 4 people with me, I get a couple $100. It don't bother me because I'm having fun in this experience. But you got to understand, the streaming service is like, oh, shoot. Man, if we start pumping out more stuff, we can get more people to watch stuff over here. And in the meantime, you got the dumbass Hollywood, and I hate to cuss like this, they keep saying, well, let's keep preaching these people. Let's keep preaching these people. Let's keep having women sucking on each other's private part and these men making love to each other. And 80% of us don't get into that. You just got that small 20%. And why they constantly keep doing that, I have no idea. I'm just going to be honest with you. They can do whatever they want. I don't care. It's their life. But what I'm saying is that it's more deeper than that. The stuff is happening in video games too. They want to make video games where they're you got male and you got female. There's no in between, you guys. And I will not fall for that. I will not. Male and female. God made man and women. You cannot have a child unless these two combine to make a child. So I'm just saying that just to let you know. But anyway, this hate with Netflix, and I got on that Disney kick too, man. I admit Disney was doing some stuff. I was like, damn, Disney, man, what happened to you? Because I was born in 1959, so you gotta understand, when I watched Disney stuff, they didn't have all that stuff that they have now. And I think Disney has that they could turn things around as well, so Netflix, people talk about Netflix all into gay stuff, you guys. Netflix is into gay stuff, HBO Max is into gay stuff, Paramount Plus is into gay stuff, Disney's into gay stuff. I don't know where you guys are getting this stuff at, man. All the streaming services got some form. Peacock has a category for gay stuff. And you just constantly, Netflix. And I think it's because a lot of you YouTubers out there, and they're cool, God bless them all, it's hate builds a channel. Toxicity builds a channel. I could care less about the views anymore, you guys. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm just tired of it. When I want to watch something, I'm going to watch something. If it's on Disney, I'm going to watch it on Disney. If it's on Netflix, I'm going to watch it on Netflix. If it's on HBO Max, I'm going to watch it on HBO Max. If something flashes across, hey, you get to watch these two men lick each other's nasty private parts, then I'll just won't watch it. You get to see these two women licking on each other's titties and all that kind of stuff and all that stuff and going down on each other. I won't watch it. I have an option not to watch it. But all your streaming services are into that gay stuff. It ain't just Netflix. But anyway, man, that's just a little rant I just wanted to go on because, golly, that's like I told my sister this morning. Do not send me anything from Instagram because I don't like Instagram. I can't stand Facebook. And I'm getting to the point I'm just getting burned. I can't turn YouTube on without more shit flying across there. I say, do not recommend. And they keep sending me more stuff. God, man, it just gets old. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you guys because Netflix just struck a deal with Sony, and Sony gets a knack of having everybody see their stuff globally because a lot of people all over the world has Netflix. And Netflix struck this deal with Sony. Yeah, have you guys ever noticed that Sony does not have a streaming service? They're pretty damn smart. Think about that. They're pretty damn smart. See, Sony is something else, man. Sony's sitting back letting all these idiots fumble all on each other, step all on each other, watch their stock fall and all that, investing all this money. They'd be like, you know what, man, Netflix is going to give us $7 billion, man, for like 5 or 6 years, so we can just put all their stuff on there. So not only did they make, I don't know how much, not only did Sony make $7 billion, Netflix give them $7 billion. Netflix says, can we have all your theatrical stuff after its theatrical run? This is another thing those YouTubers, and I'm not going to say a name because I was wanting to say a couple names, big YouTubers that don't even talk about that. After the theatrical run. After. So Sony's like, shit, you going to give us $7 billion and we ain't even got to make a streaming service? And this way we can get all our movies out there? So it's a win-win situation because you know why? They got $7 billion off Netflix. Netflix makes more money off more subscribers coming to their platform and staying on their platform, which is smart. And you still get to buy the digital and physical copies. Win, 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 win. Oh my Lord. God. You guys, God bless each and every one of you and have a great day. We'll see you.